Pineda, and I'm ready to become your next external vice president for Cabo Bayan. So if you, I currently hold the position of secretary. It's been an amazing year for me just to see how the club itself works and organizes within our campus and also within our community, which is why I want to take the next step to become the external vice president, because as the external vice president, not only would I be working with our club, but I would also be working with Alianza orgs, Cross Cultural Center orgs, UCI orgs, community orgs, and that's something that I don't want our club to miss a year of, because Desiree did an amazing job this year, and I want to make sure that we keep going. I want to make sure that we don't miss out. It's important for our members to understand the history of our organization and the relationships we've maintained outside of this campus, because Cabo Bayan has such a rich EVP can really work towards and really have some push in, because again, I got to be working with our Alianza orgs and our UCI orgs. You know, it's like I can put a bigger emphasis on a community aspect, not so much on the political aspect. And I think, like, through academics, like the past EVPs have been working on TAPs. You know, that's something that they've been pushing for. That's something that I personally don't have a lot of experience in, but that's another way that I can affect a different pillar of our organization. And through cultural, like just educating our members about the history within the Filipino-American culture, within the Filipino culture, that's just, those are like different ways I could affect different pillars. So I think I really want to keep working with the Kapit Bisig network, just because they're really motivated towards having workers on the ground to help rebuild the Philippines after all the typhoon destruction. You know, they're an organization that's really dedicated about sending youth over there to assist. They're, it's like for the people, by the people kind of an organization. So I think it's something that I think we should really try to invest more of our time in, and hopefully possibly send a Cabo Bayan member to go on one of their mission trips like within the next year. And then I don't really have any new orgs that I want to work with in the community, but I just think the ones that we have been working with, like I know Lacoste is something that we've just started working with, Lacoste mentorship. So I think if we were able to collab with Lacoste mentorship, maybe that could help Cabo Bayan's like high school outreach program. You know, that's another, like, that's a community org we can start working with to help our club grow. Not to what my Cabo conference would be about, but if I were to, like, there was one thing that I was thinking about is just kind of multiculturalism and being like multiracial and the issues that face individuals within those communities, because I know that it's difficult for them to identify with one group or the other, and they face their own struggle as opposed to someone who just identifies as Filipino or Filipino American. I think it's important that we have this opportunity because it's something that our club has the opportunity to, well, okay, so to kind of tackle the first part of your question, like the decrease of attendance and things like that, I think it's really important that throughout the entire year we're educating our members about these issues, and then everything leads up to Cabo Conference. You know, it's like, it shouldn't be Cabo Conference is the one day where I want to teach you everything about every one, you know? And I think that's why the attendance has been kind of low within the last couple of years, because, you know, members don't get that full experience education throughout the entire year, like being part of Cabo Bayan. You know, we do have meetings here and there, but it's not something that resonates within our membership, because I guess we might not be tackling the issues they care about. And I think it's really important that we keep Cabo Bayan Conference, because again, it's not just for our club, it's for our community. It's open for everyone. You know, we bring speakers here so that they can spread their message and advocate for their causes. I would host, well, honestly, I would hope that by that point, when we're getting to Cabo Bayan Conference, that I'd be able to host even a couple workshops on my own or for the members. And I would use the Cross Cultural Center just because the Dr. White Room is not part of the City Center, so I'd be just walk over there and let's use the Cross Cultural Center in the Dr. White Room, and I'll just give a workshop or two about the overall theme of CaboCon.
It technically is part of Student Center.
But reservations aren't under Student Center, they're underneath the cross.
I unlock it and lock it on.
Okay. I think one of the most important things that goes into growing as a leader is surrounding yourself with the right people. And even though my position as EVP won't be starting with until the next fall, my position as an exec member for Kababayan would start immediately, because we'd be waiting for the secretary and the treasurer to be elected, and then we'd send out applications for the appointed board members, and just making sure that the right people are getting onto these positions of responsibility. And I think if we have a really strong transition, it would be beneficial for me as a leader and for the rest of the Kababayan board for next year. Honestly, I think it just starts with the foundation of building a relationship, going to their meetings, learning about their causes, and being a serious member within those organizations themselves. Not presenting myself in a way where, hi, I'm Eric, I'm the external vice president for Kaba, let's talk about something. It's no, my name is Eric, tell me what you are, tell me who you are, tell me what you stand for, and just build basic relationships between individuals, and then hopefully that can blossom into something more as collaborating as an organization. Yeah. I think it boils down to the club as a whole. Our membership needs to be able to represent Kababayan in a way where they can have conversations and dialogues with other people within the Cross Culture Center, within the UCI community, and I think that's the responsibility of the EVP, to make sure that the membership does know. It's the whole aspect of educating throughout the entire year, educating about these issues, making sure they can build their own opinions about the information that I present, and then carry on conversation through that. So for pros, I think something Desiree's been really great about is that she honestly does a lot of work with community orgs. It's all behind the scenes, and it's all she does it at an individual level, where she's on conference calls with LA organizations. She's talking to the other external vice presidents of the SC Plaza organizations. She's constantly she's written legislation concerning Filipino American issues. She is very educated on all these topics and everything like that. But I think one of the cons that goes into that is that she did it at an individual level. She stood by herself to make sure that it was accomplished. It's a two-way street. One, our board wasn't responsive, our membership wasn't responsive to the things that she was standing for, and then because of that, she did a lot of it by herself. So I think that's something that we need to work on as a club and as a general. I'd probably be the meat of the taco, because the meat can be different for every person because it's what they like. So tofu, that's why it's the meat part of it. Protein. I'd be the protein of the taco. There it is, thanks for it.
You're welcome.
I don't really have someone who inspires me, but I do have a lot of, I like to think of them as mentors who just teach me different things about their lives, and then through that I find inspiration and to point my life in that a different direction or so. I work with Brian Clark in the Greek Life office. I see him as a mentor. He teaches me things every single day. I work with Sherwin Umali, who's the Associate Dean of Students. She's so inspiring in the things she do. And then also Desiree, she's also inspired me in things just regarding the community as a whole. These are all mentors in my life that kind of point me in a certain direction. Thank you. Oh, my favorite basketball.
This is your second year mix.
Fourth year person.
No. Semi.
Oh, semi. What's my favorite Kaba event? That's so hard. I don't know what I would give it to. Maybe, I think for me, something that I honestly love when we do it is Battle of the Classes. Like, I don't know. It's just like, because it's like a meeting, but everyone's hyped, and it's just like always a fun time. But I don't know, that's so hard. I can't like pick a favorite Kava event and wait. Always and forever.
Just say community meeting, it's all good.
Sorry. Do you think that the EVP should only embody the political side of the Kava?
No, I believe that the EVP needs to be like every other board member. It needs to be well-rounded in all aspects of Kava. Like any general member, we should all be very representative of all aspects of Kava. You know, that's what would make you a good general member of Kava, is if you were educated about every pillar and if you could talk about every pillar and represent it well. I'm really, I don't know, it's like, honestly, before the meeting started, it was like I couldn't believe that I was going to be standing up like up here again, because I did do it last year, and it's just like, it's really exciting being on Kava board. I don't know, it's like, it's a trip. So hopefully you'll all give me the opportunity to do it one more time. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Michelle. Currently publicity this year, and I'm running for IVP. I have really nothing that much to say, but I want to do IVP because it's something that really interests me when just shadowing pretty much like what board does, and each position actually like focus on something, and what really interests me is KFAMs, because my KFAM from before really inspires me. So it's something that really like, well, like it's actually like there's a place in my heart that like, oh, my KFAM was the best KFAM for me, you know? And like for me, I really love Kava because I had a chance to meet like this wonderful people who's always by my side, and I feel like for me doing board again, it's something that I can do to give back. If you're talking about Phi Zeta Tau, there's something I would say. If I could do it when I was pledging, I can do it when I'm active.
Active Michelle.
I got one.
I know that like there are some KFAMs that are not active, and I know that there are KFAMs who's constantly hanging out. But if you really like talk to each of the Kuyas or Ates, for the people that I talk to, they're saying that their KFAM's not active, but at least the Kuyas and Ates like try to like actually reach out to the audience. It's just that some audience are really busy with studying, so yeah. Did that answer the question? First, I would ask why, why they like don't like my idea or something like that, and ask for like suggestion, because honestly, it's not like, even though my idea is great, if no one's like following me, like no one believes me that my idea is great, it's not gonna work out. So I had to like actually, what's that word? Work with them.
Compromise.
There's a word, I forgot.
Compromise.
Compromise, there you go. Well, I haven't really think about that, but I feel like for me, it's not just on me. Like, I need to ask like the whole exec board if like they want me to pick the artist in Kuya or they want me to just accept everyone who wants to be. Because it's really hard to pick because it can lead to like favoritism and stuff. And you just don't judge other people just because you know them. Like what happens if like other people are really genuine too and you just like shut them down. It's not fair for everyone. To be fair, I know that Jordan did his best and he tries to make everything better. But if there's something, I'd say maybe time management. I think it's just like all of the events were pretty much kind of like procrastinated. So it's kind of like, it's hard for everyone to actually work with it. I'm not saying you should just focus on social, because I'm pretty sure that each and everyone, it just happened that they focus on social part, but I know for sure that those people whose IVP before also gives their part and help the board throughout the year. It just seems like social part was the main focus of the IVP. Does that make sense? That they're helping other, like people just get to see that it's not just social. Yeah. I would say they like just come out to each and every event of other pillars because that's what kind of like brings people together. So I'd say a little support. Coming out is just showing that you also support that board member. And board members should be a family, not just like a job or like something that you have to do just because you have to do it, if that makes sense. That always falls on, I would say, time management too. Because if they were put into KFAM at this like right away, it would have been better. And also inform the autism Kuya that, oh, you have to reach out to this kid because this is your audience. And pretty much we tried to do the thing you were like, you announced the new added KFAM member. So I think that would be a good idea. So everyone would be like welcoming the person who's new. For that one, I would say talk to the class itself. Like actually reach out to them, not just like talking to them, mentioning about it, and waiting on for them to respond. I would say you personally talk to them, and if they want to do it, they want to do it. Or like just ask around who would be down, and then personally reach out to the person. For qualifications, there's nothing really much to ask, but I would say as long as you're responsible and you love what you're doing. For friendship games, I would say just keep messaging people at first, or like try to call them. Like who'd be down, for cheers, for the chats and all that. Like you don't have to wait 2 weeks before friendship games to contact them. Like if I know that, like let's say if I happen to be at IVP, I would try to contact them as soon as possible and not wait till like last minute. It's really hard to make people come out if they really don't want to, but I'd say people come out because they love the people who's in it. So I would say let's just I would try to keep people like be friends with each other, and like that closeness would would make them come out. I would say strength. Personally, I think I know that I try my best in everything that I do. That would be my strength. And then my weakness would be probably people's, I don't know, it just happened that like for me, I always listen to like people's opinion, even though I don't, some people say that you don't have to care about what other people tells you, but for me, it's always like people's comments or opinions are always like affirmation of something that I do, which is like, that's just me. So I would say how Kava does it is like, even though I hear something bad from other people, I know that the people I met in Kava, who actually like means family to me, always gives me that push to like actually carry on every single day. I would say the candy. It's fun. Like the Skittles. I don't know. My Glow Pop-Up. I think that's fun. I would say it helped me a lot because, first of all, the pressure was just, before I couldn't handle pressure, I'd say. But now it's more like Kava is just like constantly going, like every week you have to do this, and do that. So I would say it helped me, like time management, and also just seeing what other board members do is kind of like giving me an idea of like what's going on like what they do. Yeah. I would say well, what I've been doing is just being myself. Like, say hi to people that I know and like smile. If you don't recognize people, you just say hi to them. Like if you want, you can also ask for their name and just introduce yourself. But more like just trying to get to know people, I would say. I just want to say thank you and for listening, and also I wasn't really prepared, but I didn't even have a speech. But I just want to say thank you for listening, and sorry if my words got twisted. I'm really nervous. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it.